Namaste, and once again welcome back to a new mathematics session. In the last class we have discussed some basic concept about probability. Let's have a quick review on that topic. Probability. Probability is the measure of chance of happening of an event. And we know the terms like random experiment. A random experiment means if the result of an experiment is unpredictable, we cannot say the result in advance, then that types of experiments are called what? Random experiment. Then outcome. A possible result of a random experiment is called outcome. And sample space. The collection of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called sample space. And the next term is event. Each outcome or collection of outcomes makes an event. And the experimental or the empirical probability of an event is given by probability of an event E, that is P of E is equal to number of trials in which E has happened divided by total number of trials. And one more thing is the probability of an event is always lies between 0 and 1. Both 0 and 1 inclusive. That means probability can be 0 and it can be 1. If it is 0, then it is called impossible event, and the probability is 1, we can say it is a sure event or certain event. So these are the things we have discussed in the last class. Today we shall discuss exercise 15.1 of NCERT class 9 mathematics text. Let's move on to the topic. Here the first question is, in a cricket match, a batswoman hits a boundary 6 times out of 30 balls she plays. Find the probability that she did not hit a boundary. Okay, so in a cricket match, a batswoman hits a boundary 6 times out of 30 balls she plays. We have to find the probability that she did not hit a boundary. So we know the formula to find probability of an event is the number of trials in which E has happened divided by total number of trials. Right. So here the number of times she did not, she means the batswoman did not hit a boundary is equal to 6 times she hits the boundary, so 30 minus 6, 24. 24 times she did not hit boundary. Okay. And the total number of trials, here total number of trials means total number of balls she plays. Total number of balls she plays is equal to 30. Therefore, probability that she did not hit a boundary is equal to 24 divided by 30. We can cancel this by 6. 4 6 are 24. 5 6 are 30. So our answer is 4 by 5. The required probability is 4 by 5. Okay. Here the next question is 1500 families with 2 children were selected randomly and the following data were recorded. Number of girls in a family 2, 1 and 0. A number of families, that means number of families with 2 girls is 475 and 1 girl is 814 and no girls is 211. Right. Compute the probability of a family chosen at random having first one 2 girls, second 1 girl and third one no girl. And also check whether the sum of these probabilities is 1. Okay. So let me start with the first one. Here we have to find the probability of a family chosen at random having 2 girls. So first we can write the total number of families. Here the total number of families equal to what? 1500. Okay. Then the number of families with 2 girls. with 2 girls is equal to 475. So the required probability, that means the probability of a family chosen at random having 2 girls is equal to 475 divided by 1500. Okay, we can cancel this by 5. 9 5s are 45, 2 balance 25, 5 5s are 25, then by 300. Again we can cancel by 5. 1 5 is 5, 9 5s are 45. Here 6 5s are 30, then 1 0. That is 19 divided by 60. That means the probability of a family chosen at random having 2 girls is equal to 19 divided by 60. Okay. Then the second one is the probability of a family chosen at random having 1 girl. For that we can write the number of families with 1 girl. Number of families with 1 girl, and which is equal to 840. Therefore, probability of a family chosen at random having 1 girl is equal to 814 divided by, here the total number of families is 1500. Now we can divide it by 2. 4 2s are 8, then 0, 7 divided by 7 2s are 14, 5, then 0. So 407 divided by 750 is the required probability. Then the third one is no girl. So the number of families with no girl. Number of families with no girl child. No girl is equal to 211. And the required probability, therefore the required probability. Here by required probability we mean probability of a family chosen at random having no girl. Okay, that will be equal to 211 divided by 1500. Here we cannot cancel, so this is the final answer, 211 divided by 1500. Okay. Now one more sub question is there. We have to check whether the sum of these probabilities is equal to 1. That we can check. Sum of probabilities equal to, first one is 19 by 60. Here I am going to take the first value. Before simplification, the value is 475 divided by 1500. So 475 divided by 1500, then plus, here it is 814 divided by 1500, and the last one is 211 divided by 1500. Here we can keep the same denominator and we can add the numerator, 475 plus 814 plus 211, and which gives 1500 divided by 1500, that is 1. That means the sum of the probabilities is equal to 1. Okay. Refer to example 5, section 14.4, chapter 14. Find the probability that a student of class was born in August. So here we have to refer example 5 in section 14.4 in chapter number 14, the previous chapter, statistics. And after referring only we can write the probability. Okay. So let's move on to example 5 in section 14.4. So in example 5, in a particular section of class 9, 40 students were asked about the months of their birth, and this graph was prepared for the data so obtained. Now look at this question. Find the probability that a student of the class was born in August. So here the total number of students born in the year is equal to 40. Okay. Total number of students born in the year is equal to 40. Now we have to find the number of students who were born in August. The number of students born in August equal to, that we can find it from the graph. In the month of August, you can check the height of this rectangle. That means this rectangular bar, and this correspond to the number 6. That means the number of students born in August is 6. Okay, here it is 6. The height is 6. Therefore, the probability that a student of the class was born in August, which is equal to 6 divided by 40. Okay, and that will be equal to 3 by 20. So the required probability is 3 by 20. Clear? Here the next one is 3 coins are tossed simultaneously 200 times with the following frequencies of different outcomes. So here a table is given, outcome with the frequency. 3 heads turn up 23 times, 2 heads 72 times, 1 head appears 77 times, and no head means 3 tails 28 times. If the 3 coins are simultaneously tossed again, compute the probability of 2 heads coming up. You have to find the probability of getting 2 heads. Okay. So here the number of times the 3 coins are tossed is equal to 200. And how many times 2 heads appear? 2 head appears 72 times. Okay. So the number of times 2 heads appear is equal to 72. Therefore, probability of 2 heads coming up is equal to 72 divided by 200. So we can cancel 36 divided by 100. Again we can cancel 18 by 50. Again we can cancel 9 by 25. So the final answer is 9 by 25. The required probability is 9 by 25. Okay. Now we move on to question number 5. An organization selected 2400 families at random and surveyed them to determine a relationship between income level and the number of vehicles in a family. The information gathered is listed in the table below. Monthly income in rupees, vehicles per family 0, 1, 2 and above 2. Income less than 7,000, 0 vehicles 10, 1 vehicle 160, 2 vehicles 25 and above 2 0. Then 7,000 to 10,000 0, 305, 27 2. 10,000 to 13,000 1, 535, 29 1 and so on. Okay. Suppose a family is chosen at random. Find the probability that the family chosen is. 5 different sub questions are given. One is earning rupees 10,000 to 13,000 per month and owning exactly 2 vehicles. We can discuss one by one. First consider this one. Earning rupees 10,000 to 13,000 per month. 10,000 to 13,000 per month and owning exactly 2 vehicles. Exactly 2 vehicles. This one. 29. Okay. So what we can write is the total number of families selected is equal to 2400. The number of families earning rupees 10,000 to 13,000 per month and owning exactly two vehicles that will be equal to 29. So the required probability, that means the probability that the family chosen is earning rupees 10,000 to 13,000 per month and owning exactly two vehicles. Therefore, probability that the family chosen is earning rupees 10,000 to 13,000 per month and owning two vehicles is equal to, or simply we can write the required probability equal to, no problem, okay, which is equal to 29 divided by 2400. This is our answer. Okay. Now consider the second one, second sub question, earning rupees 16,000 or more per month and owning exactly one vehicle. So the number of families earning rupees 16,000 or more per month and owning one vehicle is 579. Okay, so we can write the number of families earning rupees 16,000 or more per month and owning exactly one vehicle is equal to 579. So the required probability, that means the probability that the family chosen is earning rupees 16,000 or more per month and owning exactly one vehicle. Simply we can write, therefore the required probability is equal to 579 divided by 2400. We can cancel this by 3. 1 3 is 3. 9 3s are 27. 3 3s are 9. Here 8 0 0. So 193 divided by 800 is our answer. Clear? Now look at the third one. Earning less than rupees 7,000 per month and does not own any vehicle. So the number of families earning less than 7,000 per month and does not own any vehicle is equal to 10. Okay. So we can write the number of families earning less than rupees 7,000 per month and does not own any vehicle is equal to 10. Therefore, the required probability is equal to what? 10 divided by 2400. Here we can cancel this 0. We get 1 by 240. So answer is 1 by 240. Okay. Now you can consider the fourth one, earning rupees 13,000 to 16,000 per month and owning more than two vehicles. So the income range is 13,000 to 16,000, this one, and owning more than two vehicles, more than two, above two, it is 25. Okay. So the number of families earning rupees 13,000 to 16,000 per month and owning more than 2 vehicles is equal to 25. Therefore, the required probability is equal to that means the probability that the family chosen is earning rupees 13,000 to 16,000 per month and owning more than 2 vehicles equal to 25 divided by 2,400. We can cancel this by 5. 5 5s are 25. 4 5s are 20. Then 8 5s are 40. Then 0. Again we can cancel by 5. 1 5 is 5. 9 5s are 45. 3 balance 30. 6 5s are 30. So 1 divided by 96. Okay. Now we move on to the last sub question. Owning not more than 1 vehicle. Not more than 1 vehicle. That means less than or equal to 1. So we have to add the number of families with 0 vehicles. That means no vehicles and 1 vehicles. If we add these together, we get 10 plus 1 11. Then 13 and 14. So it is 40. That means the total number of families having no vehicles is equal to 40. Now we have to add the number of families with 1 vehicles. So here 5, 10, 19, 28. 8, 2 balance. 6 plus 2, 8. Then 11, 17, 24. 2 balance. 3, 6, 11, 15, 20. So 14 plus 2048 and that will be equal to 2062. Okay, this is our required number 2062. Is it clear? So the number of families owning not more than 1 vehicle equal to number of families owning not more than 1 vehicle. That will be equal to the number of families owning 0 vehicle plus the number of families owning 1 vehicle. So what we can write is number of families owning 0 vehicle. That means here 10 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Then plus and the next column 1 vehicle 160 plus 305 plus 535 plus 469 plus 579. And this will be equal to 14 plus 2048. That is 2062. Therefore, the required probability is equal to (2062) divided by 2400. Here we can cancel by 2. That is 1031 divided by 1200. So answer is 1031 divided by 1200. Clear? Next one is refer to table 14.7 chapter 14. Find the probability that a student obtained less than 20% in the mathematics test. Second one, find the probability that a student obtained marks 60 or above. So for that, first we have to go through the table 14.7 in chapter 14. So look at this table, table 14.7. Marks 0 to 20, number of students 7, 20 to 30, 10, 30 to 40, 10 and so on. Total number of students is 90. Okay, so that we can write first. Total number of students equal to 90. Then for the first part, here find the probability that a student obtained less than 20% in the mathematics test. Okay, less than 20%, that means 0 to 20, the frequency is 7. The number of students is 7. So what we can write is number of students obtained less than 20% in the mathematics test. That will be equal to 7. Therefore, the required probability, that means the probability that a student obtained less than 20% mark. So required probability is equal to 7 divided by total number of students 90. So answer is 7 by 90. And the second one is find the probability that a student obtained marks 60 or above. 60 to 70, 15 students, 70 and above 8 students. So we have to combine these two. While adding we get 15 plus 8, that is 23. Okay. So the second one, number of students obtained marks 60 or above. That will be equal to 15 plus 8, that is 23. Therefore, the required probability is equal to 23 divided by 90. Okay. So that's all for today. The remaining questions we will discuss in the next class. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.